Hi, just out the shower and I'm gonna make a video on something that a lot of people talk to me about. And a lot of my clients will ask me, how do I manifest? How do you manifest so quickly, Tracy? Like, you're always manifesting. My friends, so much so that I wrote a little children's book about it to kind of break it down into the most rudimentary steps, as well as to teach parents while they're teaching their children how powerful they are and how they are the master creators of their experience and how they can manifest in their lives every day. And so, lots of people talk about this. Everybody talks about this. And whether I explain it the same or a little bit different, the fundamentals are always there in the quantum mechanics. It's always there. And you'll hear about it from Joe Dispenza and from many other teachers. Abraham Hicks, I'm sure she talks about it too. And even I think the guy that channels Bashar. But like, we could talk about these things. And the point is that this is part of a healing journey, the actual manifesting part, if you really look at it deeply, because we're working through breaking through our programming. We're working through our programming and our belief systems of we're not enough, that we can't do it, we'll always be poor, nobody's going to love me, I'm not good enough, I'll never be enough, I can't do that, I'm small, I'm just a girl, I'm just a man, I'm just a this. I didn't have college, I don't come from money, whatever the belief systems is, right? You got to work hard to make money. Money is the root of all evil, things like that. So if you really look at manifesting as an opportunity to heal and to reprogram your mind, you have just earned the cheat code. So first you need to understand your why. Why do you want to manifest? Now, whether you know it or not, we're constantly manifesting. We're manifesting that canceled appointment because we really didn't feel like going, right? We didn't really feel like going, so now they canceled, and now we're free from this appointment. It's a beautiful thing. We sourced that. We sourced the car accident we got into. Hopefully we didn't get hurt, because we decided we didn't really want that car and we didn't know how else to get out of it. We sourced everything and all the time, right? We source can't finding our keys to miss a car accident or to miss that person we really don't want to talk to. It's amazing how much we manifest all the time unconsciously. And what we're trying to do during this exercise is to manifest consciously, and then eventually recognizing when we're manifesting unconsciously. So once we understand our why, say, for instance, this is the number one thing. It's either love or money. People want to manifest either the love of their life or they want to manifest more money. Why do you want more money? Do you want more money because you're coming from your ego, where you think that you're not enough until you have a certain amount of wealth? Do you want more money because you want freedom? Do you want more money because you just want more material things? You want the finer things? Or do you want to help more people? Understanding your why will understand if you're coming from your ego or not. Now, the ego is not a bad thing. Everybody always talks about it like it's a bad thing. I love the ego because the ego is what keeps me alive. It's what keeps me safe. It's what warns me of danger. However, it is the avatar. It is not the true capital S self. It is not who we are. So we get to make that distinction. And when we're coming from ego, it's usually the lower chakras. It's fear-based. It's programming. And so we get to identify those limiting beliefs and break through those. I had this belief that I needed to go and do this multifamily real estate. I needed to prove that I could do it and I could have a corporate job and I could do that because my whole life I've been spiritual and I've been not very good at conforming and following into corporate stuff, but I wanted to prove I could do it, and I did it. I syndicated, I got into multifamily real estate, I got 70-something units in Texas, I raised money, I did it with not other people's money, I became an asset manager, I did really, really well at what I was doing, and I just could not manifest more deals. It just wasn't in the cards for me because that's not where I got to go. I get to do this work. This is what brings me joy. That actually started to deteriorate my health. I was just like constantly in the doing, had to prove it, had to do it. And it was more ego. So when I recognized that, and I recognized that that's not my calling, but that it was a gift to heal that wound of, I couldn't do the corporate world and I'm not enough, I was able to release that and let that go and grieve that process. Yes, grief is real. So I get a little bit about myself. But so once you get rid of the why, then you get to get clear on what it is you want, what it is that you desire. And if it is in your highest and greatest good, you will obtain it. And so if you can align yourself with the frequency and the vibration of the joy that it is when you have that, then you will receive it much faster. And also, I'm a neuro-linguistic programming practitioner, so you have to, we get to be aware of our words. You know, witchcraft, they say spelling, it, you know, casts spells. When we say words, it is more powerful than just our thoughts, because we can manifest with just our thoughts. But if we're manifesting with our words, it accelerates the program. So if you are manifesting abundance, which is what I do all the time, I say, I am abundant. I have abundance. I have more than I need in every way. All my needs are met. And I say that as it's already happened, to avoid being in longing and lack and waiting. I want is not having. It's still waiting. So when you come from the I already have, it's already done. The universe, the energy, it has to catch up to you. It has to go in accelerated fashion. So that is the first and foremost thing. You can write this down. You can say these over and over again. But if you're just saying it and you're not feeling it, if you don't believe it yourself, then you have to find out what's blocking that belief and that knowing that you're going to have it. I'm about to go to the VA for my appointment, and my mantra is I get the same parking spot every time up front. It's not a handicap spot, so I can save that for someone else, but I always get the exact same parking spot every day. Somebody pulls out right in front of me every day. I'm there every week and I get that same spot because that's my mantra and I have evidence that it's true. So create something that you know, that you can feel it, that you can accept that you're worthy of, and do that. And so I wrote this children's book, and it's called Abundance, A Children's Guide to Manifesting. Because in my meditation, in the process that I would do, I would imagine bunnies with all their fluff and jiggle and wiggle dancing around a fire, you know, just having the good old bonfire party time and the music's playing. And when I think of them, I just get so happy and I just laugh and I just feel so good. That is the energy and vibration of receiving abundance, right? Like if you just checked your bank account and you had $1 million in there, you would be excited, laughing, joyful. That's where you get to go. You get to go there. You get to feel that. You get to feel that joy and that immense bliss. And then you get to go and shift into that receiving, like, oh, and gratitude. Gratitude is essential. Gratitude is just as important. So you're just like, thank you. Oh my gosh, yes, thank you. Thank you for providing that to me. Thank you. And I always use this analogy with people about gratitude. We've all seen that spoiled, bratty little kid where they just want. Gimme, 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 gimme. You don't want to give to that child. God, universe, higher self, source, it's all the same. It's an icky vibe, right? It's icky energy. It's just ick. It's spoiled, brat, entitled. It's ego. It's ego. So when we go to gratitude, think about that very gracious child, that very grateful friend and lover, partner, family member that's just so like, thank you so much. You want to give them everything. And that's how everything works. That is the frequency. When you get to that thank you energy, you're solidifying and anchoring that it's done and that you get that. Okay, but you have to really see and feel and embody that gratitude of that receiving. And then the other thing is you get to take action. You get to take action for whatever it is, whether it's a deal or a job or a partner or whatever. You get to say yes to the universe and trust. Yes, be a yes man. I love that movie with I can't think of his name, the guy that did the Truman Show and The Mask. Anyway, yes man. Say yes. I've manifested amazing things by saying yes and being uncomfortable and doing the thing I didn't want to do because I was saying yes. I keep forgetting I'm doing my little makeup. So just a little caffeine, a little underneath the eyes. I'm getting a little old, losing a little bit of color under there. So just a little bit of mascara and I'll be out the door. So Say yes to the universe, put yourself out there, and get ready to receive. And every time that doubt comes up, get under that. Where is that programming coming from? I coach people around this all the time. Like, why do you feel like you can't get that? Where did that first memory come from? Where your mom or your dad told you no, that you can't have that, you can't afford that you can't, that spiritual people can't have material things. Like, where does this belief come from? And it's a constant check-in over and over with yourself. And write it down and give it by due date. I declare I have received X by this date. That is powerful. That is so powerful. I coach my clients around that all the time as well. Yeah. So this is some manifesting things. You can use some crystals to accelerate the program. Citrine, selenite to cleanse the aura, things like that. Jade is really good. You can bring in some crystals. You can bring in, some plant medicines to really get deeper into why you can't have this thing, or why you're blocking this thing, or why you even want this thing. And if I'm not clear on anything, or if I forgot anything, please leave a comment or a question. And if you like this video, hit like and subscribe. Thanks.